ladies, I just had the most incredible pleasure practice. And you need to know this because you need to know what you hold in your body. I didn't know this, 10 years ago. I didn't know this when I was, younger. I didn't know any of this, but you need to know this now, watching this. We, as women, need to know this information of what we hold within our bodies, that we don't need anyone or anything outside of us to heal, to connect, to create, to, feel the most incredible deliciousness. Anyway, so I had this sudden, I was doing some work on what I'm working on. I had this sudden feeling to come in and into my room and drop into a practice. And I dropped into some sensual movement, and I was able to drop in quite quickly. Sometimes this is not about, this sort of practice is not about forcing O's or anything like that, not even forcing pleasure, nothing. This is about being fully present with your body. And this is where we meet our body where we are at, and our body is able to release what it's storing, and we are able to then, expand on our connection to our body and our pleasure. Our pleasure is able to blossom and grow. So I did, there was nothing there except for just beautiful bliss today when I dropped in, and I pulled out my favorite glass wand, and I was connecting internally and externally, and I was just experiencing these beautiful, beautiful waves of bliss, right? And it was just incredible. At the very end, I felt this intensity building within me to build this intensity. And so I followed that guidance, and it grew and grew, and I finished with this, really quite intense, but just wholesome, fully present peak of a wave. The second I finished, I let out the most, releasing sobbing, howling sobbing. There is nothing, I wasn't crying from sadness or something that's happened to me. I wasn't crying for any stories. This is not about any stories anyway. This is about detaching from that and coming to what's present. I don't need to know where this came from. I don't care where it came from. All I needed to know was, okay, well, this is here to be felt. And I just was with my body. I ended up hopping on all fours and doing this rocking, and was just sobbing and heaving. And it was just beautiful and incredible. And afterwards, I just felt so much release. And this is the power. We as women, we hold this so much power in our pleasure to, regulate our own nervous system, to, there is so much power in your pleasure that we don't even realize. We're not taught any of this, but you have the ability to release what is not wanted in your body if only you would forget the fucking world, forget what anybody else tells you should be doing, and come back to your body, come back to what is present, come back to what is alive there, and allow it to be felt in that moment. Detach from the fucking bullshit stories. Just be with what is there. Allow it to be felt and expressed through you as it needs to. And then it's this most incredible release. It's powerful, and we make way for our divine feminine energy to create and cultivate and manifest and experience the deliciousness of ecstasy and pleasure when we stop storing all this stuff, within us, when we stop detaching, when we detach from the stories and be with this. And pleasure is just this most incredible what's the word I'm looking for? Unutilized. There's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. Tool to do this. We as women, I needed to come on and speak about this because, as I said, I didn't know any of this in my younger days, and I've struggled throughout my life, not only with my pleasure, you guys know that, but with my mental health, with, all of this stuff, because I was not in my body. I was living up here. I was detached from here. And every single time I come back to this work, to my fucking body, to being fully present, I'm shown time and time again, this is the pathway to you living and creating the life of your freaking dreams, let alone the pleasure and ecstasy. Be with whatever is in your body. Be with what arises. This is the art of self-pleasure, is just being there. Don't fight it because you want to try and force something else to happen. Allow it to be there. Connect to it somatically in the body. And you have so much healing power within you. You have so much power to heal and regulate your nervous system. You do. Don't listen to anyone that tells you that you need anything outside of you. You hold it all within.